right. So I'm gonna just come back a little bit. Okay, take a seat, CBC's both. Turn this camera like this way. Yeah, now there we go. This is a perfect conundrum.
Bedroom doors.
Oh, hey, we got somebody joining our stream. Hi. How's it going? Glad you're here.
Hello. Hey. Shy is back. For all of you who've been asking for Shy.
Oh, back in the house.
Every time I go live, it's like, where's Shy? It's like, girl, bye. Where is Shy? We don't want to see you. Man, it's so brutal, this life. You just gotta roll with the punches.
Tell me about it.
You've got to roll with them to survive.
Oh, nice. You get the yoga wheel? That's good. That's healthy.
I'm trying to get us all into the camera.
Nice. And then we just vibe.
Today we are talking about one simple thing that men can do everywhere. And if you're a guy and you want to keep a woman, you can do this one thing, and I can tell you, your life is going to be amazing. But let me open the windows first so that light can come in. And I'll tell you what you need to do if you're struggling with women.
If you're struggling with women.
Yeah.
If you're not getting dates.
Is the light
if you're
better?
This is really good. I think you just gotta turn the brightness up on your phone, actually.
Is the brightness in the phone? Oh.
There we go.
Oh, okay. Like
Now we're in action. This is great. She said the number one thing a man could do. So many people are dating right now. Do you feel like right now is the time to date? I guess it's always the time to date.
It's always a good time to date, because I advocate that loneliness is a bad thing.
Yeah.
And it's always nice to have somebody special in your life,
Yeah.
I always advocate, like, don't be lonely. And if you don't want this, that's fine. I'm just, because I'm wearing a dress. I'm wearing a dress. Yeah, but I'm like, women have always loved generous men.
Yes.
Generous men with money. If a guy has money and he's generous to his woman, I don't see any why a woman would leave such a guy, even if he has the face of a horse.
You see that all the time. You always see like the super rich guys with such beautiful girls and they look like donkeys.
Because they're nice, they're generous, they have money, they work hard, they bring home the bacon, they bring home the money to the woman. Why would she leave?
Seriously.
Why?
But also, usually people who are doing well financially, they're a lot more confident. They're a lot more generous with their time. Like, they spend more time with you.
Exactly.
They're a lot more secure in themselves.
Yeah.
Financial insecurity creates insecurity within a lot of people. And then it's this conundrum of like, I'm feeling insecure, I'm not feeling happy. Well, I can't treat you the way you want to be treated. I can't spend so much time with you. Struggling together just isn't the business.
Yeah. So
what do you guys think? Oh, hi, Dominique.
If you want to keep a woman, give her money. Give her the papers, okay?
Yeah, I think a man who's giving will always have a woman who's receiving. But have discernment, of course, always. So what if I lose my job? What happens to the woman then?
Get another job,
Get two.
Okay. Okay. First, get another job. There's always opportunity, and there's always opportunity for people to make more money.
Yeah, and usually if a woman sees that you have the ability to make money and give to her, even if you lose that ability temporarily, we know you'll get it back.
Yeah. And
she's not so dumb to be like, you're never going to come back.
Exactly. No woman is going to be like, oh, he doesn't have a job right now, I'm just going to go. But anyway, if you go for 3 years without a job,
then that's a little different. You feel me?
I'll tell that woman to leave you ASAP.
Like, if it's like a year, if it's a couple months, if it's like a downturn economy, that's understandable. But you know what? You have to have discernment.
Yeah. If you have a disability or you get sick, that's understandable. Women struggle with their children already.
Yeah.
Like, women can struggle. We have single parents who struggle with their parents. So it doesn't mean that women cannot do it.
Right.
But when they have a partner, he needs to be supportive.
Because if you think about it, what does a husband have to contribute to like a childhood, right? Because a husband doesn't physically have to create the person, and a woman has to do so much work.
Yeah.
taking care of a home and having to go to work is 2 full-time jobs.
Yeah.
And having to take care of your kids is a lot.
Yeah.
So it's only fair and necessary that a woman thinks of like, I need someone who can provide for our family.
Yeah.
Since I'm gonna risk my health and my life and all these other things.
Yeah. If I had a boy, I would tell them. Like if I had
He
a
said, sell the wife. If you don't got no money, sell the wife. Is crazy.
And you know, wife go up when you go to places like Hawaii, Switzerland. You know, the value of your wife, obviously, she becomes more and more expensive. You know, but if you find a nice woman, I'm not saying, you know, a lot of men are hurt because they say, oh, women are gold diggers, women are gold diggers. You know what? They go for those women in the clubs. They go for the wrong girl, obviously.
For real.
And then they're complaining that they are no good women.
For real.
Like, you didn't find that girl, you know, you
in
didn't.
a good place.
In
If
a
you
good
have a good
place.
woman and you're a generous person, you're gonna have a good life.
Yeah, like if you choose the wrong partner, you've chosen the wrong partner. You
For
set
real.
yourself a failure.
And if you're someone who's like, you know what I noticed too? All those guys who are afraid of a girl using them for money, they're always going after girls who will very obviously use them for money. Like, have you noticed that
I know.
too? Like the girls who are like, oh, so like, especially with a lots of plastic surgery, you see that here so much, and on
Yeah.
social media,
Yeah.
the girls who are like, I'm obviously gonna have sex with you very early on. Never the person who's like, I'm gonna do well by you and I want a good life as well. Because you can't expect a woman to be like loving and caring and stress-free and then have her under financial pressure.
If a woman is under financial pressure,
You can't be happy.
she's not happy and she's going to make your life miserable. You know, that's why I feel like a lot of men don't understand. It's so simple. Like, it really is that simple that women and money go together. When she doesn't have a problem, she is happy and you're happy. Trust me, your
Yes.
relationship is so much better.
Because if you think about it, capitalism was created by men, literally, like literal, actual men created capitalism, and they made the world for a man to work. And then the world changed for women to work as well. And so if you have one person who was built to operate within capitalism, the masculine figure, expecting their wife or their girlfriend to operate in that space as well, you're gonna have tension.
Yeah.
It's uncomfortable.
You know, a man who provides for his family and brings in money will get away with a lot.
Yes, you know what this comment says? It says, Keeping It Real said the girl on the left is like the Ben Shapiro of modern woman. I love it. The Ben Shapiro is crazy.
Ben Shapiro, modern woman.
That is so funny.
I don't know.
And he
I don't know how
said-
you give him Ben Shapiro, modern woman.
I don't know either. Tino
It's because-
said, Michael's your adopted mom is blind. I have no idea what you're talking about. But you met your girlfriend in the library? That's a good place to meet a girlfriend.
Yeah, exactly.
Seriously, actually. That's a great place.
It's somebody who thinks already.
If I pay for a woman, that means I own the woman, right? I think if you're providing for her, I think she's your responsibility.
Yeah, she's a woman is always a man's responsibility. If she's your
Responsibility.
woman, she's your responsibility.
Responsibility,
If you're not taking care of her, she's another man's responsibility.
Very
Because you have decided that you have no stakes in there.
Right.
So keep going, keep moving. She can do
Seriously.
better. You know, like no woman wants a bare minimum kind of a guy.
You have to pay for the feet too, lol. But also, if you think about it, think about every service that your girlfriend will provide for you that you won't get by being single.
Yeah, men don't understand. Men and women are not friends. You know, we are not friends. Like, if I'm your girlfriend, I'm not your friend. If I'm your wife, I'm not, like, our relationships, like, I'm not your buddy out there. Like, we are not like buddies. We are not, you know, how
love
men
each
are with
other.
each other. No, our relationship is completely different. Has, you know, you're not my brother, you're not my father, and you're not my friend.
Right.
You're my boyfriend or my husband. And that relationship is so very different.
And I think it's different too because when you're thinking about being married and when you're dating somebody, of course the goal has to be being married, right? And in the past, when marriage was created, it was created for the woman who was responsibility of the father, right? Now it's the responsibility of their husband. And that's just what the baseline of the institution of marriage was.
Yeah.
And it was to protect your kids. And so now we've modernized, of course, you need love, you need all those good things. But it doesn't change that we're operating within that system that's been created already.
Yeah.
We can't act like that's not the case.
Yeah.
And so if you're planning on having like a family or just being married in general, if you're not the responsibility of your husband in this institution that was created literally for you to be the responsibility of your husband,
Yeah.
then there's no point in
Like,
this.
yeah, if you're not, yeah, if a man's mindset is like, it's my money, it's not our money. Like,
Crazy.
Women don't think like that. Women think like, oh, you're in my family, you're in my space, I'm your woman, I can potentially get kids with you. Your money comes here.
Have you
home.
ever seen a single man's house?
Your money has a home.
Your money has a home is crazy.
It's her, you know. So she'll never stop thinking that way.
Yeah.
Like, and I think men need to realize that she'll never stop thinking that way.
Right. Right.
So I don't know how you're going to have a relationship with a
Without
woman
it.
without giving her money.
I think
I don't know
the
how.
Nigerians understand this concept completely.
African men understand
They get
that 1,000%.
Because they get that like capitalism was created for men to be on top and women to be below. Like the pay gap is there because it was artificially created in this situation. And we have to live in the situation.
African men get it.
And they understand this concept.
It's
to a
because
T.
they had to pay dowry. Even in the Bible, you see men having to pay dowry for a woman. And so the whole concept, you know, they understand like no money, no wife.
But not even just money. It's like you have to
No
have
money, no
stability.
money.
You gotta have like a house for a wife. I also don't think it's
Otherwise,
fair.
it's like abuse.
Okay, what if the woman earns more than men? Is that okay? Then that's
That's okay.
Yeah, that's your guys' prerogative. I don't think it's a fact of her earning more money. It's more so, even if she earns more money, are you willing to provide and be generous? And providing
Yeah.
isn't just simply cash. It is cash, of
Well,
course.
if she has money, then think about what other things you can provide. Can you provide your time? Can you fix things around the house?
Are you loving?
Are you loving? Can you play with the kids? Can you help the kids?
And I
learn?
think too, like if she has more money than you, then you offering to pay for things is just a sign of respect. Like I love you enough to show that you don't have to worry about these things, even though you can worry about them.
Yeah.
You catch my drift?
Yeah, and when I have, honestly, like with money, like it's not like you're still the head of the family.
I don't feel like you can be the head of the family. If your wife makes more money than you can, of course. But if your wife is paying all the bills, then she's the head of your family.
Like I know, like some of my neighbors where men make more, women are the only sole providers. But I see men with the babies. They are stay-home dads, right? But they are with the baby.
That's a big job.
They're helping with the babies, so she doesn't have to take the babies to a daycare,
Right.
and she doesn't want her kids to be at the daycare.
Right.
Right? And that's, for me, I feel like if I'm making a lot of money as a woman, I'm going to choose a man who is good with the kids.
Yes. Yes. But honestly, I don't know if I could have a man. For me personally, I can't envision a life where I'm going into the office, my man is at home baking and like taking care of the kids. And I'm like, that's just such a feminine role. I don't think I could realistically, like genuinely in my heart, take him seriously. I couldn't see him as like a leader. Because when I think of like a man, I think of somebody who's a leader. And that's just not giving leader. That's giving, you are gonna do what I'm the leader of this operation. You know what I mean? Even though stay-at-home dads are the best.
For me, I don't mind if I'm making a lot of money. I actually don't mind.
Oh, you don't think so?
I don't mind if he has, if he has like nurturing skills. Like if I'm making a lot of money, the last guy that I would want is a guy who goes out, parties, drinks with his friends,
Yeah.
doesn't take care of the kids.
Yeah.
If I'm making a lot of money, then I want him to, choose like fun games for the kids, trips for the kids.
I feel like secretly, no matter what people say, or even like the man who's staying at home, they feel emasculated. Because, masculinity is a performative thing. And a lot of this, okay, I've only ever talked to like maybe 2 or 3 stay-at-home dads, so I can't say definitively. But a lot of times they're feeling emasculated being in a space that's traditionally like feminine.
I think they would if they would have to beg for money from somebody. Like, if
I see.
yeah, so if I'm making all the money, he has his own credit card and we are paying it in our joint account. He never has to ask me for money. He can go do his thing. Like just go do your thing. We have responsibilities. You do you.
Would you ever be a stay-at-home dad? Question of the day. Who asked that question? And Mr. Savage, I saw you said we're beautiful. Thank you so much. But like, would any of you guys ever be stay-at-home dads? Or would you want your wife to make more money than you? Because if I make more money, I'm doing whatever the hell I want. Like, you can't tell me nothing.
I mean, when you're working, most adults, when they are working,
Yeah.
I think they still do what they want.
Well, you know what I mean. Like, because a lot of times when you're like dating someone,
Yeah.
especially when you're dating
Yeah.
a guy wants to tell you like what to do,
Yeah.
and I'm not listening to you if I'm paying my own bills. If I'm being completely honest, I can do whatever I want. I'm just gonna go. You have no, I am not your responsibility, so you have no authority, and I don't really. You catch my drift?
Yeah.
I do what I want. Like,
yeah, you see, like, I don't want to see the reason that I want to work and I go like is because most guys when they are the ones, okay, they want to stay home wife, but when you stay home, they want to control you. Don't go here, don't go there, don't go there. And I'm like, I don't want to be controlled either. You know, as an adult, I still don't want to be controlled.
yeah. I'm just not gonna listen to anything they say. Like, oh, I want you to be home by like 9 o'clock. No.
I mean, it depends. I want to be home at 6.
I want to be home at 9. But you know,
I do want to be. If I'm working and I have family and I have kids, I want to leave home, work as quickly as I can, right?
Let's see. Women who have more money than men sometimes abuse that power. I think anyone who has more money in a relationship can abuse the power.
Can abuse the power.
And the lady in the right is beautiful. Oh yeah, Miss Kanini.
You're beautiful.
I won't buy you. When you know what I think is so funny? How men can so casually ask to have sex with somebody, with anybody. They ask, they plead, they beg, they put on the internet. But then when you say the same thing, like you want money, it's such a big, horrible deal.
These are stingy men. These are like,
like you can't
the bare minimum kind of a guy.
You
And for women, I say, run. The moment you realize that this guy is stingy, doesn't give you money, he wants to see you in poverty, but he wants to use your body.
Like, cause think about it.
Just leave that guy. Just go.
The free things you're looking for a woman, if she was giving it to you for free, you'd pay a ton of money for it.
Sex is a whole big deal for somebody to just want from you.
Sex is a currency.
Yeah, it's a whole big deal. And for him to just expect that he can walk into your life and not take any responsibilities when you could potentially like have children in this economy right here.
They're like saying, I want to potentially make a baby with you.
Yeah, you could
But I don't want you to have any money from me. That's too much for you to have.
That's too much. All of a sudden, I'm now buying you.
I know, right? Isn't that just the craziest thing you ever heard in your life?
They go into gaslighting women.
They gaslight you.
For asking him, like, you want to do manly stuff? You want to do manly things like sex? You want to do things that are considered manly? Then be a man.
I want to perform act that could potentially give you a baby, but I don't want you to ask for any money from me.
Yeah.
And nothing else from me.
Then be a man. Like, oh yeah, I say be a man. Like, men come with responsibilities, with money. So, that's all we want. Like, stop playing the small boy game.
Right.
On a big girl game. No.
This is real life. This is capitalism. We can't be fucking around.
Women. Exactly. Women, you have to know that.
You have to ask for more.
You have
to
do
not ever have free sex.
If he cannot provide for you, what are you even talking about?
If you get accidentally pregnant, and this man walks away, runs away, what are you gonna do?
I had this guy who asked me out once on a dating app, and I was like, okay, let's go on a restaurant. Let's just go on a restaurant.
Yeah.
A restaurant I could pay for, right? And then he's like, but you know, I am trying to save money. I can't afford to go into restaurants. I told him, then you can't take me out. Go study, get a job.
Go focus on your money.
Save money. Save a lot of money.
Yeah, he's down bad.
Exactly. And then when you when you have enough money to take out a girl out, then that time you're a man.
For real.
Then you're a man. Then you can do manly things. But don't ask me to go out for you on a discount. Like, what are you talking about?
Okay. I am not gonna be the discount girl for you.
You are not there yet in your life.
So T-Man said, so I can't tell you nothing if you make more money than the man.
That's not what I'm talking about.
For me personally, in my own life, yes, but in general, no.
For me, I'm completely different.
Mm.
If you're responsible and you're making money, I'm okay with a guy who is making money. Okay, what I am not okay is with a guy who is not who is first of all not making money or making money and is not generous.
Because that's a big point. You can make money and be stingy or have this like scarcity mindset that will limit you. But someone else who can make less money, but they're generous and they're like generous with their time, with their love, with their attention, with their affection, and their money is a whole different ballgame.
Because even after you're married and you don't give your wife money, she's not going to, and she's not working, she's not gonna want to do nothing to do with you. And she'll be like, I'm helping this guy, I'm making him happy, and instead of taking that opportunity to go work and do something better and bring home the bacon, he's just wasting all this energy and life I'm putting into him. He's just not going there and bringing back on me. Like, what the hell?
I'm giving all this love and affection
for you to be a good I know, like he needs to be slapped.
Okay. So Tima said, so you believe in polygamy as long as the man has money? No, I don't believe in polygamy.
I don't believe in polygamy
because
either.
Just money alone won't get you that far. It'll get you in the door, it'll make you find a woman, but it's not going to sustain your whole relationship.
No, we are talking.
That's like getting in the door.
Exactly. And here we are not talking to any guy. We are talking to guys who are seriously wanting a relationship, guys who are thinking, how do I get ahead of all this game and all these losers out there? I'm just telling you how to get the girl of your dreams, if that is what you want. But if you want excuses and if you want, like, I'm just telling you the truth. Like, if you want excuses,
because everyone else will lie to you. I'm gonna be so for real with you. People will lie to you all day long and say you just need to be nice and just have a nice personality.
Nah.
But when you actually want the girl of your dreams, there's a lot of guys who want her too. So the competition is very high. That also means that you, in your heart, have to come with more than just your kindness. Do your best to look as good as you possibly can, and then come with an environment that is so calm and peaceful and stable that she'll want to stay.
Yeah.
There's a saying that goes, if you want an angel, create heaven for her.
Create heaven.
And since we live in a capitalist society, that heaven is funded with actual money.
Exactly.
You cannot expect a girl to be happy, like the girl of your dreams.
You want her to be faithful to you. You want her to be nice to you. You want to come home and feel like you have a home. You better give her money.
You gotta give her a comfortable environment, and that comfortable environment comes. And being a woman is very expensive. Hair, nails, makeup, even just like maintenance, just maintaining a clear skin.
Just look at Donald Trump. He has Melania. You think
Melania's with him because she loves him? No.
If that guy was broke, she'd be gone.
But this is true game. Like, this isn't just sugarcoating or lying to you. Because, think about it. Men only date girls they find attractive. A man won't be dating a girl he doesn't think is attractive at all. Beauty and sex has the same currency as actual physical money. You catch my drift? And so you got to come into this game with that mindset of like, okay, what do I have? Is she going to struggle with me? And it's crazy how much
I'm not struggling. I will not struggle with a man.
No.
Because the moment he makes it, he will go for the younger version of you. I'm not going to struggle with a man.
That's one thing I have learned. But that has happened to me. Also, Garrett, his name is Erwin. Hi, nice to meet you.
The only man that I'm struggling with is if we have been married and then something bad happened.
Something with your health.
Something bad happened with his health and he's no longer able to take care of himself. Other than that, if he's lazy, if he loses his job, he doesn't get his job back.
We're not doing that shit.
We're not doing that.
I will leave. Because actually,
I don't want no lazy man.
I don't want someone who thinks I am willing to struggle with them, because I'm not.
I'm not going to reward laziness.
There's so many aspects of life where you have to struggle through. And there's so many opportunities and chances for you to grow with other struggles. Like, your relationship shouldn't be a place where you're struggling. Not as a woman.
Yeah. If a man is not giving you money, you're not his woman.
For real.
let him
And also, I am not the woman of a man who's not giving me money.
and
I'm
I'm
not
not
committed to that.
and yeah, we are not gonna do this. You know, if a man really wants a woman, and all the women are saying you have better make sure that you bring money home, otherwise that the door is out there, you can go. Guess
'Cause you
what?
can't-
He will find the one that he wants, and he will bring money home.
You know, here's a story. It's all about money, no matter how the man makes it. I mean, no one's gonna be dating no criminals. I mean, you can be a criminal actually, and you could get a girl, but the quality of the woman that you're getting with is gonna be horrendous. Because if you want, we're talking about quality here.
Yeah.
We're talking about like if you go and you're going to a designer store and looking for a really well put together sweater, don't skip the YouTube ad when, whatever. I won't love from you. So anyways, we're talking about quality. You want a beautiful relationship. You're dreaming of this girl you want to be with. You're dreaming of like this life you want to have. In your dreams, if you don't see your wife out here struggling with you, then you need to like get to a point where that's not happening for her.
Yeah.
And most of the time, there's some guys who inherently understand this, and there's other guys who are being just absolutely lied to about what women want, especially what beautiful women want. Because you're not beautiful for a very long time, right?
Yeah.
So eventually you're going to age, and you need somebody who already loves you at that point. So a woman who's very beautiful has to maximize this period of time where they are stunning to get the best options possible to provide for them well into their like older years when that's not the case no more.
Lady, it's about the guy you choose. It's not even, the game is in the choosing.
The game is in the choosing.
The
Because
game
there's a
is in the
lot of
choosing.
options.
You know, and if he shows you he's not generous, don't choose him.
No.
If he shows you that he's like, am I buying this or do I have to buy? You know, you go,
Yeah.
you take him shopping and he's like, I feel like I have to buy. You feel like you have to buy?
This is a test.
It's a test. I'm
It's a
taking
test.
you there.
You are very right. You know what I hate the most? I hate those dudes. And I live in Newport Beach, so listen, I hate dudes who are older, like in their 40s and their 50s, trying to get at me, someone in their 20s, and they're unattractive, and they're flashing all their money. They're flashing their fancy cars, flashing their watches, and then they expect me to be with them because of how they look and how they act. Like, we both know what's going on here. We know you're here with me because you like how I look and I'm young. And you know I'm here with you because you're older and you have money. Let's just stop the goddamn game. Let's be for real.
I see that in here, in this place,
You
like
see,
a lot, right?
This dude had the nerve to say to me, oh, you're such a nice, normal girl. Oh my gosh. Like, you know, I never found a girl like you in Newport Beach. Now I'm thinking to myself, you are just another old fat bastard in Newport Beach that wants me because I'm young. And you're not willing to like shell out some cash? Like, you're one of many, dog.
Like every man out there knows that if they have a daughter and they love that daughter, right? They protect her from all these like low level men.
For real.
They want
You
to
gotta
protect them from
Gotta
the
protect
bare
them.
minimum kind of a
Gotta
guy.
protect them.
And all of a sudden they come to you and they think that you
You're gonna do
accept
that, you're
you
a
will
wonderful
accept
woman.
you will accept the
Like,
bare minimum.
if you had a daughter, would you want them to date you and live in the conditions that you have right now?
Yeah.
And the answer is no. Then keep your dick in your pants.
I know, exactly. So the other relationships that I have seen work.
He says, thank you guys for giving us this information. Thank you. It's just like some people are just lying to you. And they're acting like this isn't the truth and this isn't what women are truly thinking, because women want to have tact. A girl who comes to you immediately and says, I want your money, is one who doesn't have tact. That's actually really like, that's a trashy kind of woman.
Yeah.
But a woman who's beautiful and has tact won't say this to you. They'll just observe you. They'll look at you and they'll try to find out, is this person going to provide for me and take care of me?
Yeah, if you're not generous as a guy, like, I wanna, like, the reason you're not getting the woman that you want is because you're stingy and you're not generous.
With your time, with your money, with everything.
Yeah, you're just a stingy guy and you think that's going to get you anywhere.
Right.
It's not, because you're thinking, if I can hold on to this money, I can get that girl and that girl and that girl. But the thing is, you keep telling yourself that and you end up being stingy and you get no girl, no girl, no girl, no girl.
Damn, you're telling him, oh my gosh, she's giving you like the raw facts. Oh my goodness. She said, no girl, no girl, no girl.
Right?
No girl.
So eventually you gotta figure out your game
She
is
said,
playing
no
you.
girl, no girl, no girl, no girl. It's crazy. Oh my god, that's so wild. But it's like, also there's like tiers to it, there's levels to it, because if you're someone who isn't doing very well economically right now, and you're like, I want sex and I want love, and you have to like lower expectations and your standards a lot. Think about it. If you go out to eat and you don't have that much money, you're gonna go to like a fast food place.
I mean, I lower my expectations with guys all the time.
Right.
Because I have seen that the alpha guy who have like a lot of testosterone, if that guy hits you, you'll be gone,
Done.
right? Because most of them are argumentative, they want to fight, and I'm like, yeah, you do look good, but I don't want none of that.
Right. And so those guys who are like with no money, they can go after women who are also will accept this no money treatment, and those women are not the most quality experiences. You're not gonna have your dream girl for cheap. You catch my drift? And especially girls who are from like the hood or from bad areas, they have to deal with this a lot. Because the men that don't have money, and then you're gonna get what you pay for, truthfully, and like what you around in your environment.
Yeah, but I noticed is what you choose. I noticed with girls is like I grew up, I didn't have parents. I grew up poor, right? But I noticed the girls that we grew up the same way, they chose like men who were obviously playing them. Like for me, I cannot tolerate. I'm so prideful. I would not tolerate somebody cheating on me at all. Like, wait a minute. Like, what are we talking about? You know, I'm like, I've always known that I could not tolerate that behavior. Like, I couldn't. I just can't.
Pride protects you. Trust me, pride will protect you. And so now that we have all the cards on the table, the reason why it's like this too is because men literally created it like this. Like men created religion. They created all these standards, created marriage, all this stuff, and now they have to live in that game. So if you're mad at women for playing the game, you should be mad at men for creating the game.
You have to go, you have to go after the high value man.
And so women, we're like, since we're the selectors, guys want sex a lot. They want companionship and they want love. And there's a lot of them that do. And so women being like on the other side of like who to choose, we're choosing the best options humanly possible to us.
If you're a good girl, right, and you're like, I want this man to come home, he'll have a lot of sex, he'll have food, he'll be happy. He just needs to bring money and not see other girls. I think that's a pretty good deal.
Simple, yeah.
That's a pretty good deal for any guy.
Also, I cannot be having sex with somebody who I'm struggling with, high key. Like, there's nothing about that situation that gets me going. For that, honestly, is the like blockage from sexuality.
Yeah.
Struggle, financial struggle.
And most guys don't realize like having one reasonable woman can make his career, he can make a lot of money, he can blossom. So for me, I'm like, it's okay if you don't want me, but if you want me,
your life will transform.
Your life will transform, but like so you know, and I get like there are men who don't like a girl like me, and I'm comfortable with.
They want sometimes a girl who's like, oh, don't ask me for too much, don't do too much. I want the lowest, cheapest, easiest, whatever.
No, because if you lower my standards, I'll lower your standards.
Standard of living, okay?
Then you can have sex sometimes. You know, when I feel like it.
Straight up.
You know?
Straight up.
And I'll make sure it's your worst day that I say no.
Come home from work. I haven't touched you in 4 weeks.
I know.
Stressful.
Your
Don't
boss,
touch me.
Oh, exactly. Your boss is stressing you. Oh God, so bad for you. I need to take a nap. Bye.
I need to take a nap. My head is hurting. Oh my God.
I'm having a bad day. Keep your money though.
I always hope there is a time where women think of themselves as all that they have to do when they are in a relationship. Because what women have to do in a relationship is vast. Have you ever seen what a single man's house looks like? This thing will be empty. This man will have 2 freaking cups, a single picture in his bathroom, a freaking chair in his living room, and a bed. Like, men don't even decorate their houses. And a woman comes along and makes it an actual home. You not only are an interior designer, not only are you like hitting it constantly.
This planet would not thrive without women.
You feel
period.
me?
Like,
so it's like you can have the simple life of being cheap and being by yourself, or having like the lowest quality experience possible. Or if you want the life of your dreams, get the money first. Have the full experience.
Yeah.
Because why would you want to see a woman that you love and you feel responsible for and that you want to marry and that you will die for struggling at work? That is like not cute.
It's not even that. Like if you want kids, I've noticed.
Especially
like,
if you want kids.
If you want kids, kids thrive when they have their mother most of the time there. And yeah, the most determined way for happy kids is a happy mother.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you can't leave your wife without money, you know, and expect that your children will thrive.
Oh my gosh. Because the financial stress and then the additional stress of raising a child on top of each other, that will transform anybody into like a hostile person.
Yeah, exactly.
And that was my experience with my mom. She was left in a very difficult situation by herself with her kids, having to go to work and stress out at work, having to come home and take care of her kids at home. That supreme stress made her so hostile. And you know where that stress gets taken out at? On your kids.
I know.
That's the next level.
Yeah.
Like, and if she had the foresight to be like us and think to herself, let me choose the right man, it would have saved herself. She would have saved her lineage, like her kids, from so much stress. And so many women don't know this because they're taught to ask for nothing and do everything instead.
Yeah.
Like, if you give yourself for nothing, somebody will take everything that you have.
I think women are not taught well, especially the peasant girls.
Especially the peasant girls. Oh my gosh.
Peasant girls are terrible.
There you go, girl.
Fake money. Peasant girls, they are like, I don't know. They have kids. No man.
None.
Am I?
None.
What?
You shouldn't even have sex if your money's in it.
Like somebody is not going to survive their genes on my expense. On my expense.
That's literally what it is. Keeping your genes alive at the expense of somebody else. My dad's genes are alive right now at the expense of my mother. Isn't that the most crazy shit you ever think of in your life? Like, that is so crazy.
I know.
Oh my God, this man really didn't pay for nothing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just like that.
Wow. That's crazy.
I'm not gonna allow it. Hell no.
Don't allow it.
I'm going to be the gatekeeper.
Keeping your genes alive at the expense of somebody else is insane. Oh, every once in a while, Monica will drop these gems I'll think about like all day. Like all freaking day. That is so crazy. Oh my God, the expense of somebody else. Wow. Wow. And that's a selfish thing to do.
It is.
That is such a selfish thing to do.
It is. But I've seen like even animals in the wild, they'll trick the female. Like they'll trick, like they'll do shit to just trick the female so that they can just populate themselves. Like they can just, and then they go. And you know, it's the females that have the choice. Like, I'd rather be single, I'd rather have no sex than have somebody's baby and they're not taking care of it. Hell no. Take that bastard away.
And I feel like when you have sex with somebody, you're like connecting with their issues and everything about them. Because a lot of times, most guys don't have like an emotional outlet. And so their girlfriend, their wives, any woman in their life becomes an emotional outlet. And suddenly they're telling you all their problems. Suddenly your life is either going to be elevated or lowered by messing with them. And man, I had somebody, right, when I was in New York, he was like, you won the lottery by him DMing me on Instagram.
Yeah.
This man offered me nothing. No money, no time, no nothing. He's telling me I won the lottery by him talking to me.
Oh.
I'm like, do you really
You
think
talking to him?
him talking to me, I won the lottery?
Oh.
And I thought to myself, you and your dick must be so special to outweigh every other penis trying to come at me. Like, you really think
What a narcissist.
you are so special to give me nothing? Not even a prostitute is paid.
Some
To be
people are
less
so
than a
into.
prostitute.
Some people are
It's
so
crazy.
into themselves.
It's
you know,
crazy.
it doesn't get more narcissistic than that. For me, I believe the ugliest girl on the planet is still way much better than any guy on the planet, like than the king. Okay, that's how I put girls on a pedestal. I put women right here. You're still the ugliest girl on the planet. You deserve to be with a king. you still deserve to be
It's
with a
mindset.
king. That's
It's mindset. It's mindset.
It's mindset.
It's mindset. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Don't ever let a guy tell you
I
what.
was like, to tell me I won the lottery by you talking to me. Oh my God, I almost vomited. I was like, that is crazy.
Men should
That is
be just
crazy.
grateful every day that they see a woman, that she exists. She's
I'm like,
out there.
Do
She's
you
female,
not
living.
know who? I won't even say, do you not know who I am? I just think like the level of just delusion. The delusion is crazy. Oof. You would think this man was like Usher or somebody, right? Like someone who had a little bit of clout. No, just fucking regular ass dude. Regular man. Regular money. Not even offering me nothing.
I'm like, keep your money and stay single.
You know
I
what's
don't-
crazy?
I
Some
don't
guys
care.
who are like attractive think that they are outside of the realm of this game, but they are very much within it, because attractive women and attractive men operate on two different planes. An attractive man starts a chase. An attractive woman doesn't. It's never the case.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't care about men's looks. Zero.
An attractive woman can choose anyone. And attractive men are only going for other attractive women, but they still have to chase. They still have to ask. They still have to provide. They still have to work. No amount of attraction to men is gonna get you out of working.
Yeah.
Whereas being a woman and you're attractive, that can literally get you out of the capitalist state.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, even if
Tell
you have
myself.
money and you're MAGA, I'm still not gonna date you.
oh yeah, there's levels to it. Like
There's
money,
levels to it, right?
money is like one of 5 things. Money is number 1 on the list, but there's like still 5 things you gotta get.
Yeah, if you're a
Lock
Trump
it down.
supporter, look at me. I'm a black girl. I don't
Never.
wanna fuck with you at all. You know,
And
like zero.
There
Sorry,
are
this
some
is the way it
people
is.
who are willing to like interact with just money on its own,
Yeah.
no matter how you act or how you like treat somebody. And those relationships are so short lived. There's a guy who had a $20 million divorce. $20 million divorce. Because he was such a dick. He's such an asshole, right? To his wife and his kids, that she was like finished with it. He was like, all right, let's get divorced then. 20 million. So the richer you are, the harder you can fall by being a dick. I feel like it's even more imperative to have a good personality with your money, so people don't want to sue you to left and right.
Exactly.
Your wife want to stay with you. Like, you shouldn't be cheating if you can lose half your fortune.
You know, that's when you're not a decent person and she's leaving you, you know, for that. So
Mhm.
I'm like, that's okay. You know,
Mhm.
I think this indecent, and I love the society. Like, I know sometimes people feel like women are taking advantage of the divorce laws, especially here in California, because they favor women. But at the same time, people need to understand where women are coming from. Women are coming from a situation where men had all the power,
All
and
of
what they did with that power was horrible.
Yeah.
Was
for
very
real.
horrible. They would leave a woman destitute, go marry another person, knowing well that the society was frowning so much on women who didn't have any kids, right?
Exactly.
And then they would be, those women, they would be taken into like institutions.
Right. And then now they're like desolate. They're struggling.
Yeah.
And in the past, since men had all the power, all the control, you know, a woman couldn't get a credit card in America until the 70s. Can you believe that? The 70s, the 1974 to be exact. And that means that if you cheated on her, if you beat her, if you were horrible to her, she had to stay because she had no other financial options.
Yeah.
And now we've come so far in thinking that this doesn't exist anymore, that this power dynamic isn't there anymore.
It's still there,
Like,
and
it's
we are
very
going
present.
backwards, and we are going backwards, and
We are.
and yeah,
We're going backwards politically. Everything is going
everything,
backwards.
yeah, everything because of these mega people.
And I
I'm
honestly just don't see
down.
the point of having a legal marriage and taking on someone's legal last name. Of course, love, obviously, but there has to be more than just love. There has to be more than love. Because I've been in a relationship where love was the basis and just that, and I am no longer in that relationship for a reason. Like, in my experience, there is nothing like struggling with a man, because they will take it out on you. They're like,
I'm not struggling
Ego?
with a man, dude. I'm done.
I did, y'all. I did. That's why I'm here to warn everyone. Don't do it. Like, and if you're a man and you are struggling, you don't want to take it out on somebody else. So get your life together. But when I was with my previous partner, he was a carpenter. And in the apprenticeship for carpenters, the young men are treated very poorly.
Mhm.
And so when you finish building a house, that's it. You don't have any more work. You have to wait for the next house to be built. And so that might be like months in between. So there'd be like maybe 2 or 3 months we had no job and just stressing and trying to find another one, right? Whereas for my career, my job was consistent. There was never a time where I had 2 or 3 months off work unless I'm unemployed. And that never happened, right? And so here I am going to work and he's at home stressing about finding a job, playing video games, like stressing about money. And I would see him in that state and I try to comfort him. But there was no amount of comforting I could do to like make him feel better about the fact that he's a man at home trying to find a job.
Yeah.
And guess who had to cover the bills when he didn't have that? It was me. And that felt horrible.
I think black women, we are taught to do that for men so
It's
much.
fucking stupid. Don't ever do that shit. Please. I was 18 years old. Please. 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 Like,
I don't know.
please.
I don't know who gave women this bad idea. Struggle with your man. Struggle with your man.
No,
but
you
the
know what
moment
it
that man makes it, he's going for other
Because guess
women.
what he was doing while I was at work? Cheating on me. I'm getting warm. I'm getting warm. I gotta fan myself with this random stack of cash.
Yes, please.
Jesus Christ. God, please. Please. Don't be like me. Don't ever do it.
Queen, never again. Never again.
But I had no idea. I was taught all these wrong things. I was taught if you love somebody, you struggle with them, you stick by their side. I was taught that if a man loves you and he's going through something, you stick with them. And then when you actually do, they take it out on you. Their masculinity is challenged. And when a man's sense of manhood is challenged, you never want to be around. That is like the worst state to be around anybody in. It is like horrible. And finally, like, since he's feeling this void, feeling insecure, he's gonna look for a place to feel better in other women. And all I'm doing is stressing out, coming home from work and seeing this man playing video games stressed on the couch. Ghetto. Never in your life do that shit. Never in your life.
Never ever. The choice you make.
Never.
The choice you make is very important.
It's so important.
I feel sad for young girls who don't understand that.
No idea.
That life is a battlefield, and every decision you're making is going to affect you.
Yeah.
It's going to affect you one way or the other. The choice that you're going, the choice you make for a partner is very, very important. Like, why? Choose a man who loves you,
Yes.
who gives you money,
Yes.
who wants to work hard
For you.
for you. You know, he feels a sense of responsibility towards you. If he doesn't have that, don't block him, block his relatives, block all his friends, block anybody who is associated with that man,
Yes.
so that you never, ever, ever,
Ever.
ever have to even remember they exist.
Like, I'm just happy
Just
I
don't.
woke up and I realized that this is not the way life's supposed to be. Because imagine if I would have married him
Yeah,
and been in this like struggle love.
yeah.
I was so unhappy. Oh my gosh.
Because
crazy.
you know why this happens? Maybe because, okay, your mom did the same
My mom
thing.
did the same thing.
Right? So you don't know any better.
No clue.
You don't you don't know that
I have
other
no
women
idea.
don't behave that way.
And when I found out the other woman didn't, because you know what's crazy too? My environment, my community was like that. Everyone around me was like that.
Uh-huh.
They were all like had this idea, and so the men would take advantage of that.
Yeah.
And when I found out there's a whole other community of people not being treated like that, when I found out there were girls who were stay-at-home girlfriends and stay-at-home wives,
You're like, what
I haven't
the
paid
hell?
a bill in like 7, 8, 9 years.
With men who love to provide for them so that they can just
Or
come
even,
home.
even if they get cheated on, you can leave because you're cheated on, right? But it's better than being cheated on by someone you have to pay the bills for.
Like,
Oh,
let's say like
tragic
Snoop
fate.
Dogg, right? He cheated on his wife when he was like in his Snoop Dogg days, right? And he even went to prison at some point. But she never divorced this nigga wife. Why? Dude's been providing for her and her kids.
Was probably
consistent.
nice to her and gave her money.
You, I mean, you can get away with a whole lot if you're
You know, a
Snoop.
lot.
But
That's like you need like
But he got away because he's nice and he's generous.
yeah. His wife's like, all right, well my bills are still paid. He's just gone away for like a month, 2 months, a year, whatever. You still feel satisfied. Man, never mind life. I'll never do this again. Oh my gosh, I was such a fool. Whew. Gets hoe.
Man, I didn't know that too. Like, I didn't know that, that there are girls who are just living this happy life, like happiness, right? And I don't know, like, so who taught like black women that they have to struggle with their men?
But you know what? I've noticed some other races will try to go black girls because they think we'll struggle with them.
I'm not struggling with
Never in my
no man. I don't care whether you're Korean, you're white.
They have this
You're black.
idea like I don't have to do that well because she'll accept this like bare minimum from me. Never in my life.
I'll show you the door. You won't even see me disappear.
Never.
I'll troll and disappear.
I am not committing to nobody. You know, that's why I also tell women, date multiple men. Don't date a single man at once. Like, date multiple men. Preserve yourself.
So they can compete.
Also, because if one is annoying...
It's survival for the fittest.
It is survival of the fittest.
Make it survival for the fittest for them.
For real. Keep all of your options beautiful and open.
Yeah, but I think women have a problem. They reward guys with sex who don't deserve to be rewarded.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And when a woman realizes that sex is a reward system, it's a reward system of the brain. The reason men want it is because they get a reward from it. Now, you hold the reward card. It's the same way you hold the reward card for your children if they have good behavior. The
That's
same
like
way
the
with
ultimate
guys,
thing,
right?
yeah.
You hold the reward card. Like, you want me to reward you? I'm your wife or girlfriend. You want me to reward you with a good time? What have you done for me?
Okay.
Excuse me? What have you done for me?
Okay.
Be a mean girl. You
Also,
know,
like,
men learn from that.
They do.
Men learn
They do.
from your reaction. Like, oh, I didn't do this for her, so I don't get some. Let me do it. Let me do it. Okay, can I get?
They'll learn, okay, if I'm doing this for her and she's happy, I'm gonna get some. Okay, now I know what to do. But one thing I can say, I learned this in a smaller way. I didn't know how to do it with money. I would never cook, I would never clean. Because that's two things I just don't like to do. I don't want to drive myself around. And I would say, like, if I have to cook and clean, then how am I gonna feel ready for sex? How am I gonna feel comfortable in my own house and have to like do all this work and then have sex with you? No, I'm lazy. Afterwards, I am lazy. I don't want to do nothing. I want to go to sleep in my beautiful clean house.
She's worse than me.
I am. I want it all.
She's worse than me.
And all my bills paid. And it works. And it's the truth. And I have not cooked for myself. I've started to now, but I spent like 7 years not cooking for myself. You feel me? And I should have used that same tactic with money. I just didn't know I could. I was still indoctrinated partially. Now I've woken up. Now I am an evil force.
You're an evil. Be a body. Men don't even like
force.
nice girls. Like, men don't
They
even
don't.
like nice girls. Like,
They don't.
you're a girl and you don't even know your worth. Like, what the hell? They don't like it.
Because they expect you to know your worth. They expect you to like think the same thing they're thinking.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But it's the truth.
It is the truth. If you're a nice girl, they don't like you. They just don't like you. But if you're the girl, be like, you know what? I don't care for you. But if you really want me to care for you,
I do need a little bit of caring here and there.
then they'll be like, okay, she's a bitch, but she's nice.
Straight up.
Okay, she's a bitch, but she's nice to me. So yeah, so when I work hard and I get paid, I have girls who be like, I want to just work hard and get paid so that I can take you out. I'm like, yeah, you better.
So I can take you out. I love that. That is a beautiful thing to
So
say.
that I can take you out and buy you nice things. I'm like, now you know.
I want to be bought nice things, eat nice food. I don't want to touch anything. I'm a very spoiled woman now, and now I can't go back. You know what's the best thing though? When you become like this and you start living like this, is like you literally can't go backwards.
I say with girls, don't even hide your cards. Let them call you a gold digger. Is that all they can do?
Honest to God.
Is that all they can do? Call you a gold digger? Now you have to pay for things? Yes, you have to pay for things.
Duh.
What?
I just hate people ask me for sex and not pay for something.
Like, you want a girlfriend and you don't want any responsibility for a girlfriend. If somebody came to me like that and it was my daughter, and they were telling me that nonsense, I'd boil hot water, the African that I am, never come close to my daughter again.
Why do you need money, huh?
No, I'm because
Because it's capitalism. What do you expect? We have bills to pay.
because if you want, because of children need money. If anything happened and we had a child, that child would need money, they would need food, they would need clothing, they would need all these things. So if a guy shows me that he does not care to provide for me, he would not provide for my children. And so therefore I have no business to reproduce, to even play games with that kind of a guy, because we are adults here. We are not teenagers playing home.
For real.
You know, like this is not a teen, this is the real
For real.
life.
For
This
real.
is
For
real
real.
life. And I think what women need to know is that don't be, if a man thinks sex is a joke, it's not a joke for you. This is not something that you play around. You can make children, you can bring people in this world, and those people will need food, they'll need shelter, they'll need clothing. You don't want your kids to be homeless on the street because you made a dumb mistake.
Period.
Period. So if you're coming to me and you want to be in my life and I'm asking you, can you pay my bills? Can you pay rent? You can't. You can't pay my rent, so you're a child. Go back, educate yourself, become a grown adult, somebody who can take up a few responsibilities. If you're a child, get out of this chat right now. This is adult.
Okay, heard that.
This is adult. So
Why would I be able to pay rent? Do you not live in a house in your life? Like,
are you homeless?
honestly, that's crazy. Do you want someone to be homeless?
I think this is a young kid right here.
Oh, yeah, it must be somebody really, really young.
Yeah, doesn't understand
Yeah.
anything about life. But
Because truthfully, that's what life is. Like, you got to know this is a real deal situation.
this is real life. I don't understand why women get played all the time to think that sex is just another game. It's
For
not
real.
another game.
For real.
This is not playing spades or a card game.
Mm-hmm.
It's the game of life. And when you want to play with the big girls and the big boys, I want to see your money. If you don't have money, go home. Go to your mama. Okay, right?
For real, actually.
Go to your mama. I don't want to deal with you. Nothing.
You better tell them twice. I'm going to restart my stream.
Okay.
Tell them 3 times, okay?
If you ain't got no money, take your broke home.
Oh.
If you ain't got no money, take your broke ass home.
But that's so important too, especially if someone is asking to have sex with you. But even if they're like just want to be in your life, you gotta have a threshold for what people can do for what place in life. And the threshold for me and having like a boyfriend or a partner is very high. Like very, very high. Because I can have a ton of friends. I can have a ton of people who feel like a brother to me. But I'm not gonna have sex with you and commit to you and call you my boyfriend and stop all of my options for my life if there isn't some sort of like showing me you're responsible for me.
Exactly. Like, call me if you want to call me. For me, I'm like, at this point, if I'm going to tell you like what girls need and adult things, responsibility things, and then you're going to call me a gold digger, have at it.
Okay.
Have at it. Okay, I'm that bitch. I'm
She
that
said
bitch.
have at it. Period.
Oh my god.
Period.
Don't play with me
But
and my body
this
and
is
my
what
money
everyone
and my
kind of has to
future.
come to, because if you're acting, they call these girls bitches, they really do. But if you're acting too nice to a man, they get the wrong idea that they can use you and play you and all sorts of things. Like, you have to have these strong standards for yourself. Otherwise, you just let anyone in the door. And there's too many people who want to come into your door. And for me, I have this idea of my life. Like, when I'm married, I'm retiring. I'm not marrying nobody unless they are going to retire me from this system. I am so serious.
I'm a bitch in total control of my life.
Okay?
Right? So
If they're not in the position to retire me and they are asking, you know, I've been engaged 3 times. 2 times from a boyfriend and 1, I was in a Muslim country, so I don't know if it counts personally.
It counts.
But it's like, I know that I give an experience somebody wants to spend their life with. And so if I'm saying no that many times, it means I'm waiting for the person who's going to give me that. I want to be with them for the rest of my life. I am complete. I'm set. I'm forgoing all the options I could have for the rest of my life for them.
Yeah, I'm a giver. You know, the reason for me why I wouldn't take a guy that's broke is because I'm a giver. Right? I give,
Yeah.
right? And if somebody is showing me that already that they are not a giver, then they are taking away and they are draining me, and I never ever want to find myself in that dynamic where it's codependency. That
Girl,
somebody
that was
is
me.
taking
That was
away
me.
from me. I'm like, right now, if you don't see me as a woman and like I'm a garden that you need to water
Flourish.
and nourish and
Yes.
nurture, if you don't see me as that, I'll be the desert that you
For
see.
real.
I'll be out of your life. I will not nurture. I will not do anything. I will not give. And I think for women, that's the thing, that we just have peasant women. We need to learn this. You just cannot do that to a guy.
You cannot be giving everything. I think women are naturally givers because you're raised to be givers.
Yeah, I'll give to my children. I'll give to a good man.
Yeah.
The moment you tell me that you're a trifling guy who wants to take advantage of other women,
It's KO.
you're out there looking for free
Hi,
STF.
Dakar.
Not gonna happen for me.
How's it going? What are I doing? We're talking about relationships and money. And like, what's the best way for relationships to operate with money? With cash? Can I be a mod? I don't know how to set moderators. That'd be kind of cool though. I think moderators are just for like Discord. I don't know how you do it for YouTube Live. But yeah, we're talking about those things because a lot of relationships starts with people having the wrong financial standing and not being able to take care of a woman in a relationship. So that's what we're talking about today. But yeah, hi everyone else in the chat. So good to have you. Oh my gosh, thank you. Because women have always naturally been givers for a very long time. And too many girls live a life where they're giving and giving and giving and not getting anything in return. Think about it. If you're a woman who has to work, have kids, and take care of your house and your husband, you could be a maid, a chef, a babysitter, and almost like, and you still have to have like sex with your partner regularly. That's just not fair. And so for a woman, you have to be really selective in your partners. Oh my God, be so selective. Be so careful. Have a man who's giving, because if you have to be a mom and you have to be a maid and have to clean your house and have to do all these things on top of having to go to work, that's just not fair. It's not right.
Oh wait, you still? Oh,
That was empty.
okay.
It's not right. It's just unfair for anybody. And so that's what we're talking about today. And I see it too often everywhere in the world where a woman is working like 2 full-time jobs, being a mom and going to work. And capitalism was not created for women to do both. Either you work or you're a mom. That's why it's so
not
unfair.
even good for the kids.
It's not. Sending them to like a daycare, oh my gosh. But if you think about the quantity of work a woman does that's unpaid, you can live your life like a servant. And those girls who grow up very poor, like peasant girls, live their lives like servants till the day they die. And since women are naturally givers, you have to take control of your life and say, who's gonna give to me?
A man has to prove to you, can he pay rent and bills? Can he do that? If he can't do that, he's not ready. Let this man go and make himself, you know? Let this man go, work hard, build himself up, and you find yourself the man that is ready right now. If you're in the woman and you're in a childbearing age and you want to settle down, oh, it's too hot?
That's okay. It gets like that sometimes.
Let me see. Yeah, I think like if you're, let's say I'm 23, right? I'm in my prime, and I want to get a husband and have kids, right? And then I have like this 23-year-old guy who wants to marry me, but he can't pay rent, lives with his mama. You know, the thing is, don't date that 23-year-old guy. Go date the 35-year-old
35, yes.
who's already had a job,
Established.
he can pay bills.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can at least have a baby while he's still working, and then you can raise the kid at least when they're like 6-7 years old.
Exactly.
And then you can, after that, you can go work. But the thing is, your kids will be fed.
Mm-hmm.
They'll have a roof under their head, because this guy has worked so hard to build himself up.
The last thing he needs is just a wife and a child, and his
Yeah.
dream is complete.
His dream is complete. You just come and you get into the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Don't date a 23-year-old. Leave this man alone. Let him build himself.
That's kind of what I feel like for my ex too. He just had to build himself, and I was there while he was building himself. That's the wrong move. Don't date nobody. Have some complete space. Like, don't commit to nobody that doesn't have that yet, because commitment is something serious. And I feel like the way that women love is that they will like attach themselves too deeply and not leave when it's the right time to leave. I can admire a woman who can fucking leave straight up.
The closer I get, the older the guys that I meet right now, because I'm much older than you, a little bit.
I was like,
The guys that I date, I find that they are more appreciative of somebody who's done like the inner work. Somebody who knows themselves. So they'll be more reflective than 20-year-olds. They're more like, they more go like, oh, my dad wasn't nice to my mom. He used to do this, do that. At least now he can recognize it. Like things that we go like, men don't realize these things. I see like most men like closer to my age, they go, oh, my dad was like this and like that. Or they've been in environments where they actually see bad mental health, or work environments where they see what bad mental health does, and the smart ones, they realize, oh, I don't want to be in this situation anymore. I don't want to be with this kind of a woman anymore. I don't want to be in this kind of a love relationship. So they'll find me more attractive because they know that I don't have all that baggage coming through
to just beat them down.
To beat them down, right? And you want to be with a guy who loves himself. Like, does he love himself? Because if he loves himself, then he wants a woman who is stable, who is caring, who's gonna be faithful, and then he's going to be more appreciative. He's like, okay, she's like that, I'm gonna give her money.
Okay.
All she wants is money. She's a nice girl.
That's the easy part then. They put together, what's going on.
She understands that she's not gonna deprive me of my rights. And she understands it's good for me and my job and my mental health.
And there's only so many people who live and think like that. Like, even those type of men who finally get to that point, some people are just so like blinded, so stupid, that they'll live in this like blinded state of, I don't need all that. Like, they don't even realize they need that much until much later in their life. Like, that's just not a realization a lot of people have until their 30s, 40s, maybe even 50s.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of men in their 20s, it's not that they will not get a decent girl, but
just no mental capacity.
But they don't have the mental capacity to say that, hey, if you want this good relationship, then you will have to do away with these other bad, like, not relationships that are not going to get you nowhere. They would have to be like, okay, kind of like, no more Facebook, no more looking at girls on Facebook, no more chatting on girls on Instagram, no more, they would have to give up that so that they can have the queen. But they don't have that mindset yet.
Nope.
They don't understand.
Nope.
You need the queen. She will not tolerate you having your side chicks and everybody else on the side.
Never.
Queens don't roll like that. So obviously, a lot of men in their 20s, they don't get that.
They want the queen. They want that. They want this relationship. They want this ideal.
They can handle it.
But they just can't. They genuinely cannot handle it.
They can't handle it.
Genuinely.
You want the queen, but you can't handle the queen.
For real.
So I tell girls, obviously the queen is going to be like scouse.
For real. Get on with it.
Get on with it. get away. You
'Cause the
stink.
queen has a lot of options.
Yeah, she'll be like, you stink. Bye now. Bye, scrounge. You know, so like, but they don't have that understanding. They think they can have their fun, they can have their cake and eat it. Life is not like that. If you're having your cake and eating it, you don't have a queen. Sorry, bye.
Okay. Okay.
You
Okay.
don't.
You are deprived somewhere in this operation. I have to be somewhere at 2:00. It's Thursday. I always forget. Okay, I'll get out of here pretty soon.
Yeah, I'll still go get my car.
I'll leave in like 15 minutes.
Yeah, if Shai leaves, I go try to figure out my car life.
Do you want me to bring you?
I'll take Uber
You sure?
if
Okay.
because I need to get my insurance.
Okay. If it's
papers.
after 3:00, then just call me and I'll take you.
Okay.
It's only like an hour. Bye,
Thank you.
guys.
Bye.
Adios. Girl, I've had a plethora.